Hello, my name is Dante Renee, and welcome to the 10 Room Bizarro YouTube page where I talk about films that I believe need to be talked about more. Like tonight's film, this is 1981's Deadly Daphne's Revenge. Deadly Daphne's Revenge. Now, this also goes by the title, The Hunting Season, as well. And this is directed by Richard Gardner, who's also one of the leads in the film as well. He's actually writer, director, producer, and star. And here's some screenshots on the back here. And look at that amazing artwork there. It says, "There's nothing more dangerous than a woman seeking revenge. Men will be shocked. Women will understand." Deadly Daphne's Revenge, The Hunting Season. 1981. I got to tell you, this is such a unique and interesting film that will sucker punch you into what you thought it was to what it really is and to what it is becoming, unfolding before your very eyes and ears as you're watching the movie. Deadly Daphne's Revenge. You know, you look at the cover of this and you think, oh, this is like a slasher, killer, definite horror film. It couldn't be anything further from that, folks. Deadly Daphne's Revenge has rape, revenge vibes, crime, drama vibes, almost court case vibes without the actual court case, you know, being in the court, being in the room of the trial, and horror, and love story, and family tension, and racism, and gender issues. It's all here. It's from 1981. But it seems very relevant to 2018 standards as well. Deadly Daphne's Revenge takes you on a journey. It takes you on a ride where there are tonal shifts and genre shifts. You know, from the first 15 minutes of the film, or 20 minutes of the film, you think that you understand the movie. You think you know what it is and what it will be and what it will remain to be. And then all of a sudden it moves and it morphs into focusing on an aspect of something that you originally saw that you just didn't think they were going to focus on. And you get heavy dialogue that is interesting and with character development. And as I said, kind of the criminal justice vibe and the criminal justice system and crime and the repercussions of a crime on the people, on the victim and on the criminals and on the people who were just there, who didn't do anything, and the lawyers involved. And as I said, you're not actually at a trial or a court case. You're in discussion with people. You're going to their offices. You're going to their job sites, and it makes for a very, very unique vibe to this film. And all of a sudden, at a certain point in the film, something is revealed that then unfolds another aspect, another tone shift, another genre of the film that will come out. When you first push play in the film, you first start to watch it, you encounter a character, you have no idea who the hell this person is, but you think, oh, okay, I get the vibe of this film. This is, going to be this vibe. But then the film, continues on after the first couple minutes, and it seems to be something else. But then you start to see that character, or you start to forget about that character, but then you see them kind of come back in again, and who the hell is that person? Now, who are they? And what do they have to do with what the story has become? And that's when revelations happen and twists and turns happen, and that's when you start to encounter more of Deadly Daphne's Revenge in this whole story. The interesting thing is We have lots of racial slurs in here, and even some issues involving a female accuser towards men, and how easy or how difficult that is to accuse a man of sexual assault, and how do you prove that. And so very, very interesting, 1981 to our present time in 2018 as well. When we look at the music for the film, we have, I was really shocked. I'm just going to say this. This is 1981. I thought this film, I didn't know the year when I watched it. I thought the film was the early 70s. It totally seems like the early 70s. And the music does to me too. It's kind of 70s dramatic orchestrated music to me. There's an isolated score by the composer John Banning is on this particular Blu-ray from Vinegar Syndrome. And I really thought that, I mean, the movie looks like the early 70s to me. The music sounds like the early 70s to me. It's an orchestrated score that has dramatic elements. It has dark elements, chilling elements, maybe light, chilling elements, and little cues of sound that something impending happening, or tension or action, and it meanders throughout the film, definitely, and there are darker moments and lighter moments, and just darkly dramatic moments as well. But this does not look to me like 81. It looks like 10 years, maybe 7 years prior. We have a very interesting stuff in here. We do have sexual violence in the film. We have animal violence. Don't believe it's real, but pretty disturbing scene involving a dog. We have a pretty brutal stabbing in the movie, and mix all that with some racial issues as well, which is very, very interesting. And also dealing with a love story between a much older man and an underage girl as well, a little Lolita type vibe, all kind of mixed into this melting pot here. A hitchhiker, kind of a log cabin in the middle of nowhere, an RV traveling around, drunken truckers, a female murderer, and the lingering effects of our pasts in the film. We even have a hitman in the film who has an amazing boat with bikini-clad women on it. And this is this guy right here sounds like Chong. From Cheech and Chong. Sounds like Chong, my friend said. This is really a unique movie. It is not necessarily going to be what you think the cover is at all. Very well done. Great dialogue, interesting dialogue, disturbing, dramatic, weird, dark. It's all here. A little light too. It's all here. Deadly Daphne's Revenge. Excuse me. It says on the back here, it was mismarketed as a horror film. It says it's a slow burn revenge thriller. Haven't seen anything like this movie before, folks. Halfway in, you'll be wondering, wait a minute, what the hell am I watching? Here it is, 1981's Deadly Daphne's Revenge. Awesome diamond in the rough right there. Never heard of that movie in my entire life. Thank you so much for watching the 10 Room Bizarro YouTube page, where I talk about films that I believe need to be talked about more, like Deadly Daphne's Revenge. Please feel free to check out my own personal films at youtube.com/poopy diarrhea. That's POOPY diarrhea. You can subscribe there for all my older films and all my new ones that I put up on there. Thank you so much, and good night.